Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, it's Rosa. Hopefully, your favorite real estate broker. Hey, listen, it is Friday morning, so I know you got to be feeling a little bit psyched, getting ready for the weekend. And I want to tell you that we have some issues in real estate with appraisals, with residential real estate, anyways. Well, what do you mean, Rob? I thought everything's going great. I thought the market is kicking some butt. Well, guess what? It is kicking some butt. Everybody's out there working hard. The real estate industry is creating a tremendous number of job opportunities for everybody, including lenders, including carpenters, electricians, plumbers, home inspectors. Do you know that they say over 30 jobs are created every single time? Or there's 30 job interactions every single time there's a real estate transaction. I think that's pretty incredible. But listen, today we're here to talk about appraisals, okay? And what is it that you can do in order to get your home sold or to buy a home when we have such an issue with appraisals? Well, Rob, what do we have for issues for appraisals? I haven't heard any issues. No one told me. Well, we know right now, especially here in central Connecticut, that market prices are just increasing tremendously. And I'm not going to sit here and disparage the appraisers, but you know, it's hard for the prices and the appraisals to keep up with what's going on in the market, because we still have low interest rates. The homes are still selling. People still want to make offers, but there aren't always enough closings to substantiate what the purchase price is. So what can you do in today's world in order to still have this closing, in order to still be able to get through the transaction if the appraisal comes in too low? Well, let's talk about this. Really, the most important thing that you can do is be proactive. Because if you wait too long and the appraisal comes in low and you really didn't do much to try to fix that beforehand, you know what? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Can you appeal an appraisal? Of course you can. Is it going to be difficult? Of course it is. Is it going to cost you more time and more money? It definitely will, right? So that will be something, good morning, sir. That will be something that you will want to make sure you do. Well, what can you do, Rob? Well, number one, if you're a seller, you want to make sure that you have a real estate broker that is, number one, doing comparables, and making sure that they are able to explain to you, hey, listen, here's what your home is really worth. Here's really where you are. Now, if you were to get a higher offer than this, that's great. But guess what? It might not appraise. Number two, if you're on the seller side of the transaction, when it comes time for the appraisal, you want a real estate broker that's going to talk to that appraiser and show them the comparables and show them many of the improvements that were made, and maybe even visit the home with them when the appraisal is being done. Now, I can tell you, and of course this stays confidential, just between you and I, shh, don't tell anyone, okay? I can almost promise you that I have some excellent relationships with a few of these appraisers. And when I talk to them and kind of explain the scenario with them and show them what's been done at the home and show them, hey, here's why we priced it this way and here's why the purchase and sale agreement makes sense, it goes through. Does it go through every single time? No, I'm not going to lie to you. I had a condo that we were selling. Actually, it's kind of interesting. I had a condo we were selling and I was really nervous about it. Spoke to the appraisal more than once and it went through without a problem. I had another one last week. The appraisal was done and we came in like $6,000-7,000 under the purchase price, and there wasn't much we can do. And thank God the seller had room to move. Thank God the buyer was a veteran, and the seller felt in the goodness of their heart in order to give them the price at the purchase price, and even a little bit of a seller credit. But it doesn't always work. But of course, if you are proactive, you have much better chances. And that's really what we're looking to do on the seller side, is to get the home sold for the most money possible and a smooth as possible situation. Now, on the buyer side, well, what can I do on the buyer side, Rob? There's nothing I can do. Of course there is. Why are you going to make a crazy offer that doesn't substantiate anything with the comparables? So your buyer's agent, and of course, the Rosa team and I, this is what we do, right? And so you're more than welcome to reach out for me or someone from my team, is upon request, or usually almost automatically most of the time, we are going to do a buyer comparative market analysis for you. And if I'm helping you buy a home, I'm going to tell you right from the start, because I really am all about transparency, helping out my buyers and making sure they understand what they're getting into. And I'm going to say, listen, I don't know if the house is worth it. Right now it seems, yes, we're making this offer, and it could even be $10,000, $15,000 above list price. And I might tell you, hey, I have some comps to support that. I think the listing agent made a mistake and priced it too low. Or I might tell you, hey, we can make this offer and we can get it accepted by the seller, but we might have an issue with the appraisal. So on the buyer's side of things, what can we do? Well, number one, it's not the fun thing, but it's the truth. Save money. How do we save money? What do you mean, Rob? You need to save your money so that you don't necessarily need to ask for a seller credit. So, of course, there are some people that need seller credits for the closing costs, and that's fine. It is what it is. There's not much we can do. Otherwise, they won't be able to buy a home. But if you're able to save money, if you're able to maybe even take a look at your retirement account or other brokerage accounts in order to stop renting and take that money and use it towards your closing costs, then in many cases, we don't have to increase or inflate the purchase price, and the home will appraise. So I can tell you, we can definitely help you if you're looking for a seller credit for closing costs and so forth, but it does make it a little bit harder. So like we talked about on the buyer's end, number one, you can make sure that your buyer agent is helping you out and doing a comparative market analysis. Number two, try not to do a seller credit if you think that you're going to be at the threshold of it not being able to appraise. Number three, have a strong negotiating agent. We might hear all these crazy stories, but in many cases, I'm still able to help people buy homes at incredible prices, have a low monthly payment, and still have a smooth transaction. Lastly, I would tell you, both on the buyers and seller's side, you have to be ready and willing to compromise, right? You have to be ready and willing to have these conversations. If it's the elephant in the room, if it's you're going through the transaction and you're just not wanting to talk about what happens if the appraisal comes in too low, then that could be an issue, because you have to plan for it. I mean, especially I feel bad in many cases on the buyer's side, because what have they done? They might have already done an inspection that cost them $500, $600, $700, $800, right? And then they have to pay another $500 for the appraisal. So they're in it for over $1,000. The sellers are anxious. They want to be able to get ready to start packing up their furniture, but they're nervous. The buyers are anxious. And so it's part of my job, and I'll tell you that straightforwardly, to help you as whether you're the buyer or the seller, to get through this scenario and understand what it is that we need to do and how we can do it. So get someone who's going to be able to help you with that. If on the seller side, of course, you want to sell your home for the most money possible in the best time frame for you. And I know that. And I'm here to make that happen for you. At the same time, I will tell you that I'm not going to give you a line of baloney. I'm not the people pleaser to just say, oh yeah, no problem. You want that? We got it. We got it. Yeah, we could do that. You want to buy, sell? Yeah, at that price? Yeah, yeah. No, I'm going to give you the hard, cold facts sometimes. I'm going to tell you, hey, listen, I'm your counselor when it comes to real estate. I'm going to be able to guide you. I'm going to be able to give you the real advice that you need in order to make things happen for you so that you are able to either buy or sell the home that you want to, and that you're going to be able to get where you want to get. So my friends, I know there are still questions that come up with appraisals. I know that there's still a lot of hard answers or questions to be asked, and there's answers that are hard to get. I know that people want to try to appeal appraisals, but I can tell you it's usually pretty hard. So if a question comes up and you're not in a relationship with another real estate brokerage, give me or someone from the Rosa team a call, and we will help you out every step of the way. We are willing to be those people who are going to be proactive for you. We're willing to spend that extra time making a plan as far as what we're going to do, because you see, part of our job is all about risk mitigation. Some people think, oh, I know how to sell a house, I know how to buy a house, I don't need a real estate agent, I could do it myself, it's no problem, no issue. Well, guess what? If you haven't done it once, twice, 5 times, issues come up. I've been doing it for 19 years and things still come up. And hopefully I've learned a lot of my lessons, right? But there are things that only a professional, someone who's been doing it, who has the experience and knowledge, will know how to handle for you. And so hopefully you understand that that's the person that you want working for you. So anyways, as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful summer morning, walking down the street, doing a little video, talking about appraisals. And if I could be of help to you for anything, feel free to give me a call. I definitely appreciate your time. I hope you have an awesome day, and God bless you. Rob Rosa signing out. Thank you.